Alright, today we're going to show you on the 2022 Advent how to change the brake switch on them. As people know, a lot of times you'll end up going down the road, all of a sudden your car will come to a complete stop, no reason why. You pump the brakes most of the time, 5-10 times, get it to break loose again. What happens on the brake switch, they get dust and dirt and water in them and they go bad. So I'm going to show you how to change them to a improved model of brake switch, that way to limit those problems from happening. We're going to use a lift today to show you guys. Make sure you secure your cart to the lift. Don't want your cart falling off. If you're using jack stands, make sure you got it securely on the jack stands so you can get under the cart and be able to get to the brake sensor. Alright, so right here is the brake sensor. This is the bracket we're going to have to take off. We'll take these two Phillips screws out, and then the brake sensor will drop down with the bracket. And then we'll drill the bracket out, put the big sensor in, which I'll show you the bigger sensor, and how to hook everything up. Alright, so we got our sensor dropped down. Make sure you grab your screws, don't want to lose those. Now that we got the sensor down, go ahead and cut the sensor cables off there. So this is the faulty sensor that has the problems. So we're going to replace it with a better sensor, which looks like this here. A little more durable, more water resistant, less problems. So after you pull your sensor off, you got your bracket. What we're going to have to do is make this hole larger. The other sensor won't fit in this hole, so we're going to drill it out real quick. Alright, now we got our sensor drilled out bigger. You're going to take and loosen the nut, first nut off of the sensor here. The second nut, you want to go ahead and snug that all the way down onto the sensor. Not too hard, you don't want to break it. Then you're going to run it through the sensor upright with the elongated part above the, or right below the holes for the screws. Go ahead and put your other nut on. And then you want to get this snug down so that way it does not move. If it moves, it's going to come loose and fall off. So, alright, so now that we got it snug down, we're going to get it screwed back up there. Don't worry, you're going to drop the screws a ton. It's not the easiest portion to get the screws into, so. After you get the first one started, go ahead and get your second one started before you tighten it down. Alright, now once you got it tightened down, we're going to cut the sleeve back further on the wires that we just cut off. So you got more wire showing. we're going to strip them back and put a couple eyelets on there. They're just 1/4 inch eyelets. If you got your eyelets crimped on there real good, come to the underside of the sensor, there's Phillips screws. So you got 3 of them. You got one on the outside, one in the middle, and one on the inside. We're going to use the outside and the inside screws. It doesn't matter which wire goes where. You got your 2 screws on there. I like to take a zip tie and go ahead and zip tie the wire to the frame rail here, just to make sure it doesn't get caught on anything or get in the way of any limbs or anything. And that completes changing the sensor to a newer upgraded sensor to have less problems.